Hi guys, Kai here and welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a look at our top 5 tier 1 goalkeepers over on Ultimate Champions. Now what we're going to do in this video is show you my top 5 and then we will give another 5 goalkeepers a notable mention as well who you could go with, but we're going to do the first 5 who I tend to use in most of my teams over on UC. So let's start off then, and we have Anthony Patterson of Sunderland getting us started then in this episode. You can see his current L5 is 95, which isn't a great score, but Sunderland have been struggling to keep clean sheets as of late, so that's not going to help him at all. But still a solid keeper to have in your collection. He does, or he can, score over 200 on his day. You can see his current price there as well. His average price sales of his Epic recently has been around $30, just over 600 Una tokens, and his average mythic price is a little bit more expensive at around $130 as well. So that is his mythic card on the screen. I do have his epic card within my collection and I do use him often as well, so if you can get him in your sides then do that. I know it's one of the favourite under 23 goalkeepers to have on Ultimate Champions, so you can't miss out on having him in your team. He's also been linked recently with a move to Liverpool, so you never know what the future could hold for him. Still plenty of years and a lot of utility as well for Ultimate Champions. So there we go, Anthony Patterson, he gets us started on our top 5. Okay, so next up we have James Trafford of Burnley, the 21-year-old. He had a fantastic season last year with Bolton Wanderers. Remember, he used to play for Manchester City. He's come through the ranks down there, and then he made the move to Bolton. He was there on loan last season. Everybody was using him last year on Ultimate Champions, so still continuing on with some good form this season. It was a little bit expected that he would not perform as well in the Premier League, but so far he's really been flourishing, and being only 21, he's got a big future ahead of him. And will he be England's #1 in the future? He may just be. He's that good. But you can see on his current L5 as well, a lot better than Patterson lately. He's got 166 over his last 5 games. So very, very good scores for him, and that shows in the average prices. You can see the Epic around $40 there on Ultimate Champions, with his Mythic hitting around 300. So of course, if you can get him in your ranks, then do so. Again, another player I do have. I don't have his Mythic though, a little bit out of my price range as of right now, but certainly on my target list for the future, especially if his scores continue going into the second half of the season. Fingers crossed it does. He's a good lad and a good card to have. So there is Anthony Patterson and James Trafford getting us started here on this top 5. 3 more to go. And next up we have Lucas Hradecky of Bayern Leverkusen. Now we all know that Leverkusen are absolutely on fire right now in the Bundesliga over in Germany, and he is part of that as well. Although saying that, he did get dropped in the last game. That was his first game he's missed all season in the league. So I know he did hurt a few sides in Ultimate Champions last game week. Will he be back in the side this weekend? We'll have to wait and see. But he's ever present usually, and he scores well if Leverkusen can keep the clean sheets. His L5 is currently 126. That may take a hit if he continues to be dropped, but you can see his average price there. The Epic card is around $30. His Mythic at 224. So a very, very good card to have. A little bit more older as well than the previous 2 that we've had, Patterson and Trafford. So not as much utility that you're going to get if you do pay these prices for Hradecky, but if you can get him in for a season, maybe a 2 or 3 seasons, you never know, he could well pay that price back. Again, he is one that I have myself and I do use him often. I may have him in one of my sides this weekend. I have to go and check. But there you go, Lucas Hradecky. He is our first from the Bundesliga in today's video, and we do have another one coming up next. And that is Koen Casteels of Wolfsburg. Very, very similar, as you can see there on the average score, to Hradecky, an L5 of 124. A little bit cheaper though on the average prices, $20 for his Epic, under $80 in fact for his Mythic price. So if you can get him, he would be a good one. Although I do believe he is leaving Wolfsburg at the end of the season. I don't know if his contract's up or whether he's just decided to go to another club. I haven't actually checked to see if there's any linked clubs with him, but I do believe he will be leaving Wolfsburg at the end of the season. Where to? I don't know. We'll find out at the end of the season, I guess. If you do know, obviously leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know if you do know where he's going, and then it could be an even better purchase if it's to somewhere decent in the future. But Koen Casteels scores well. I've not been tracking him as of late. I know Wolfsburg have been drawing a lot or losing, so they haven't had the best of times lately. A few of their players not really performing so far this season compared to last. They had a good run of form last year, around Christmas time I think it was last year, or the year before, I should say, the season before, to be specific, and never really kicked off this year. But you never know, they may get back into some decent form soon enough. But there we go, that is our 4 of the top 5 so far, which leaves us with one more goalkeeper in our top 5, and then we will have a quick look at the other notable mentions as well. But there we go, Koen Casteels. Let's finish off the top 5 then with a young goalkeeper, and we're heading to France. And as you can see on the screen, it is Yvon Diouf. A nice unique card as well to finish off the top 5, which I believe belongs currently to Civilized Gunner. And I'm not sure the actual value of that, but as you can see on the screen, his current average epic price is around $30. His mythic just under $200 there. A very decent card to have. Is in decent form as of late, even though he does have only a 92 average score in the last 5 matches. I think one of his last 5 was actually a 0. But his last 3 has picked things up and hopefully can continue on in the remainder of the Ligue 1 Season 4 games. Definitely a decent team, decent card, sorry, I should say, to have in your teams. Again, another one I do have, and a solid one to finish off our top 5. So with that, with the top 5 being complete, do you agree with any of these? Do you not? Let me know in the description below. So let's take a look at 5 more notable mentions which you could have in your collections. So let's finish off then with some notable mentions. We've done the top 5, so let's just add on a few more extras for you guys. And we start off with Arthur Desmas of Le Havre. Wasn't expected to do as well as he has this season. It was great last year with Le Havre as they gained promotion from League 2. And he's doing really well so far, so fingers crossed that can continue. And I think he's actually the youngest out of these bunch. I think he's 29, close to be turning 30, and obviously the rest of these guys are over 30. We have Bernd Leno next up, former Arsenal goalkeeper. You can see his Arsenal card there, currently with Fulham. Form has dropped a little bit as of late, but he can score really well on Ultimate Champions. Asmir Begovic, he's also in here as well, currently at QPR. There's his new card for the new season. John Ruddy at Birmingham City, another older statesman in there as well. And we have Ter Stegen of the recently acquired, I should say, Barcelona. He's been out recently with injury, and I think he's back into the training, so should be back into the Barcelona side soon. And my boy, have they needed him. Barcelona not in great form, but you never know if you can get him back into the team, and their form could change very, very soon. So there are the 5 notable mentions adding on to the top 5 which you've already seen. And as I mentioned earlier, let me know if you agree with any of these. Did I miss anybody out who you would have in your top 5 or even your top 10? Let me know in the description below. If you haven't already, you can join Ultimate Champions. There is a referral link in the description below, so hit that up and join, build your draft. You will get yourself 3 100 UNA tokens as well, which you can obviously use to build your size, your collections, maybe bring in 1 or 2 of these goalkeepers as well. You never know what you could achieve in the rest of the season. But thanks for watching. I do appreciate all your time. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.